What's poppin', people? It's Dante. If you read this, you're gay. Hey, can we fix this spelling? It's better to be the gay monster than the sentimental boy, right? I'd rather be the happy, jolly, gay person in the day than the sad, depressed, morose, sort of just boring person. Good morning. The acoustics are incredible down here. Fun fact, one of my favorite things to do when walking around a foreign place is to beatbox and to entertain the locals. So if I travel into like some foreign village or wherever, well, the color of the sky during sunrise is incredible. I never want to miss another sunrise again. But yeah, one of the fun things I would do, you know, where I believe in this idea where photography is a universal language, right? To sort of transcend language barriers through the act of giving, whether it's an Instax picture, a Polaroid picture, or even just reviewing and looking at a photograph. You know, it's a universal language. Music, dance, you know, these things are activities that you can participate in when traveling abroad to new places. So I always like to join in and dance at wedding ceremonies that I stumble across, you know, learn how they dance, you know, try to sort of just have fun with it when I travel around. And also beatboxing, where, yeah, I can entertain people through my strange way of making sort of percussion, drum and bass sort of music. And I was thinking, I was like, can I use AI or like artificial intelligence or whatever? Can I use artificial intelligence? Can I use that and like just beatbox into the mic or something and like make a song now? Is it at that point yet? That would be kind of cool if I could do that. Yeah, maybe I should try to dabble with making other sorts of art. You know, I really am passionate about the process of making things. And I think finding like the most simple solution possible is critical for creative thriving. Man, look at I love how these leaves are just covered. You know, I actually don't like when they always like blow the leaves and stuff. Like I like when they just like kind of let them lay out like this. I'm glad that they don't blow these away. It's my favorite sculpture. Yeah, it'd be interesting to use like do like some sort of like ceramic work maybe. More like physical objects. Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, the simplest solution possible seems to be the way, right? Where, you know, a compact camera, like it's so warm today, by the way, like it's like 55 in the morning. So I have just like the best solution for this weather is like a down vest and a hoodie. And yeah, it's pretty good. Look, there's basketballs in the river. But yeah, no, it seems like the simplest solution is best, where, you know, a compact camera that fits in your pocket, you know, sort of set it and forget it, right? Like P mode, single point autofocus, right? Just use like the new technology, use the simple ways of doing things. Small JPEG files, the smaller the file size, the more files you can fit on your iPad, on your computer, on your hard drives, whatever. Where I believe I have the 1 terabyte, like the maximum storage iPad Pro. I'm telling you, like this year, like now it's like officially a 1 year of photographing with this newfound process with the small JPEGs. I have a lot of storage left. I haven't checked exactly, but I have like 150,000 photos from this year that I've made with my Ricoh, which is just insane. Like one of my most prolific years of photographing. And then I've been using Google Photos to back things up into the cloud, where I think that this is actually like an incredible service, right? I feel like we can trust the Google Photos for backups, like, you know, #1 search engine, YouTube #2. You know, I find this like process of using YouTube, blogging, and then I'm backing things up onto Google Photos, where yeah, it's like less headaches. Like everything's backed up into the cloud, everything's on my iPad, and they're small JPEGs, so they're just easily accessible. Like I can throw them around, you know, airdrop them back and forth between devices, download them quickly, upload them quickly. When I film with my GoPro Mini at 1080p, I export it to 720p. That way it just uploads faster, it processes faster. This has been the biggest game changer of my process this year, and finding the simplest solution possible, where I believe this process that I'm embarking on is the simplest solution. And the simplest solution, yeah, it seems to be best. I mean, at least for me. You know, in the past, using hard drives like the LaCie drives, never use, like, pro tip, never use the LaCie rugged freaking, like, those orange drives. They suck. I've had so many times where I lose files from those. The SSDs that are SanDisk, small, thin, little chiclet sized ones, are pretty good, I guess. I've been backing stuff up there if I need to, but for the most part I really don't need to. The only thing I do is back up my videos, because those are like the bigger files. But like, just keeping shit simple. So like, in the past when I traveled, would back things up onto these hard drives, do this, do that, processing, all this kind of bullshit. It takes away the joy over the years of photographing. Like, it's just not fun to have to deal with like all the sort of technical stuff. But to simplify it, I mean, I've never enjoyed photographing as much as I have this past year, because it's more streamlined and simple. So I don't know, my thoughts are all over the place this morning, it seems like. But it's something on my mind, because this morning I woke up and I was culling through photos, and I realized, whoa, I got to 3,000 on my Google Photos, like 3,000 of my selections. And just thinking about how I have to go through them before the year ends, so that I can, you know, at least make a handful of selections that I find to be the most successful. I think when it comes to photography, like, you want to have some sort of separation to the work itself, where you go out, you make pictures for a while, you sort of put them on your computer, your iPad, whatever, and you remain sort of separated from the work itself. That way you can look at it with an objective view later on and sort of select the ones that you deem to be the keeper files, you know? So I don't know, I mean, every day when I come home, I'm super excited to look at the results and actually select and make favorites and upload and back up and publish. So the point is to not take your selections so seriously, but to kind of just pick the ones that stand out to you immediately. Every single day you photograph, and then go to YouTube and then type in Team Sesh, because we're the kings of the underground. But yeah, if you go to if you go through the photos every day, publish them right away, back them up right away, you'll have, like, now I have this folder of all these selections that are like much more narrowed down, right? The point I'm trying to get at here on this tangent is my selections went from like 150,000 to like 3,000 now for the year, which makes it a lot more efficient for this day that's going to come soon, where I go through all of the work and select the files that I've deemed to be the keepers, right? So point is, stay on top of the archive and find the simplest way for you to cull through work, publish work, edit work, blah 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 blah. Yeah, this is critical. And yeah, I don't know, I mean, hopefully this makes sense, but yeah, I can't stress it enough. If you go to my website, dantesisifo.com, start here page, I have you know, my workflow published there, where you can see how I do things. And yeah, I think everyone should start a WordPress blog. Go to bluehost.com, firstname.lastname.com, start a blog. Yeah, you can host your domain there. WordPress.org, install the Astra theme, that's the theme I use, and yeah, if you want to make videos, make a YouTube channel, you know, if you have a Gmail account, Google account, whatever, just go to the settings, make a YouTube channel. The reason why I think YouTube is so great is because you can actually even publish photographs. Like, you want to publish your photographs onto the blog, you want to make your own website, your own place to play. That way you can actually like have way more creative freedom. You know, I still haven't started playing with it. I mean, this is only a year in of doing it, and I feel so good about it, where there's just much more creative control than like using Squarespace, right? Like, Squarespace is kind of shitty, I'm not gonna lie. Used it for a while. So like, anyone that's on YouTube promoting Squarespace, just know that they're doing it for some sort of you know, they're in the Matrix. But yeah, no, basically you want to own your own space to publish the work. And then with YouTube is just a great way to augment your voice and to share your thoughts, and also perhaps work itself. I'm still curious about the slideshow. You know, I haven't sort of put any together yet, but I can imagine me putting together a lot of slideshows by the end of this year. Like, I think that is an interesting way to look at work, where, you know, perhaps YouTube will live on forever. You know, YouTube, I mean, I don't think nothing lasts forever, right? The impermanent nature of things. But to sort of figure out ways to publish work in a way that it's more about the longevity, right? It's about owning the space. It's about putting it out into the world in a way where, you know, with YouTube, even if you made a slideshow, you can share the YouTube link and just copy and paste it and share it and like text it to a friend or whatever, which I think is nice. Kind of just like link it all together in one place. Some other simple things, like in terms of the process of doing things, is when you're using iPad, iPhone, install ChatGPT, or even if you're blogging or writing, you can just type with the voice dictation. So if you click on the bottom right hand of the keyboard, then you can actually speak and your words will translate onto the keyboard or whatever, and you don't have to even type or anything. This way, yeah, you don't have to suffer from like carpal tunnel, mouse and keyboard. Like, I think mouse and keyboard is bullshit too. So it's like, in terms of the process, it's like I'm looking for like the simplest form of writing, the simplest form of making videos, where it's like, I don't like editing, like I don't like processing photos. So it's like, I want to only do things that I desire, basically. And I think that's a good thing, where like, yeah, just embracing imperfection. The point is to just make new stuff that you want to see manifest in the world. And yeah, in terms of media, I kind of like this approach of doing candid sort of street vlogs, sort of freestyle vlogging. Yeah, it's just a nice solution for me to like flesh out thoughts in the mornings. And I think the best way to get the day started is to just step outside, right? Just like go straight outdoors. Squirrels hopping around up there, so cute. But yeah, I think actually, like, as soon as I wake up, I just hop right outside, go for this like hike in the morning, go for a walk, and then it allows your thoughts to sort of come to life. You know, I don't find myself thinking as clearly being sitting down or indoors kind of thing. Yeah, if I'm walking, I can at least start to talk, or at least start to think a little bit. And yeah, it seems that using the GoPro is a good way to do things. You know, I love the street photography POVs still. Yesterday I was actually going for like, I like the idea of them still, actually. Like, for instance, thinking of them almost like, it's kind of like, you know how like a football team will like review the old games and see how they played. It's kind of like that. It's like, I like rewatching my old street photography POVs specifically from Mumbai, because it was such an exciting trip, more so than my Philadelphia ones. And yeah, it's like you get to like relive the experience. There's something about the POV. So like I think doing POVs is interesting. Like in terms of video media, like POV at all. Like the super view on the GoPro is much more immersive. I filmed the Christmas Village yesterday with my GoPro just for fun. My review of the light show in the Wanamaker building, and just sort of like react to things like so that you can relive the experience later. So yeah, a lot of my travels this year I filmed with the GoPro, whether I was just exploring churches and just sort of filming the environment in Rome, my first time drinking from the fountain, like whatever it is. I think the point is to kind of just do it for yourself, right? And like you wind up cherishing the moments later, and that's what's so beautiful about photography, video, and all this kind of stuff. It's mostly just for you, right? It has nothing to do with the views, nothing to do with monetization or sponsorships, all this kind of bullshit. Comments, likes, like just disable it all. Because at the end of the day, what this is, it just makes me happy. Like I smile, like it just makes me so happy to go for this walk and to just talk and to go out and to photograph and to treat it like meditation, where everything sort of shuts down, completely laser focused. You don't have to worry about anything past, future, nothing matters but the now. And you really do enter this sort of Zen-like meditative state when practicing street photography that's unlike anything, unlike any therapy, whatever. Like, it's so important in my life, and I just hope to share that joy with others. Yeah, maybe I'll have to bring back the POVs for fun if I'm into it. Going into the new year, maybe I'll make some. Let's see what I think. I was filming yesterday my bike ride because it rained. It didn't rain, no, it was just foggy. It was like a super foggy morning yesterday. Like extremely beautiful, like so incredible. Oh man. So I went on my bike. This bike looks like it got chopped up. Jesus. It's not a good place to leave a bike. Who knows? It's been there all this year. But yeah, I went for a bike ride on the trail during the fog. And man, I mean, this thing was so beautiful. Like, I was making photos, hopping off my bike left and right, super excited. And yeah, I was filming the POV, so maybe I'll have to edit that together and see if I'll put that out maybe today or tomorrow. I just don't like editing. Like I'd rather just publish a full hour of me just riding my fucking bike. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just instead of chopping it up, clipping it up, like I'd rather just publish the full hour of me just riding my bike. But maybe it is more entertaining when I actually watch it back when it's edited. Sometimes it depends on the context of the video, so maybe I'll do that. I'm just looking for the simplest solutions, you know what I mean? And like killing two birds with one stone, you know, going for my hike, filming, making media, photographing, biking, kind of like throwing it all together, where blogging is a much more interesting solution because it allows you to sort of propagate all of your different activities, hobbies, ideas, philosophy, and whatnot. Where, you know, as artists, I don't know if we are, you know, we're not just like into one thing, we're into like a variety of things, like my newfound interest in artificial intelligence, ChatGPT art, philosophy, cycling, photography, video, travel, food, fitness, health, right? Where health is wealth. The more that we focus on our health, the longer we can walk and make more photos. So really consider health. You know, this is the most critical thing in my life, where, you know, the more years go by, maybe the less opportunity you have to build that muscle. So the younger we are, the more muscle we can put on. So let's put on as much muscle mass as possible. Like, that ultimately is the goal. Like, eat more red meat, just eliminate all the other shit. No weed, no alcohol, no porn, none of these, like, no Instagram, nothing. Like, just delete it all and sort of like, you know, don't look at the news, don't look at the TV media, blah, 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 blah. just focus on your health and making new art, because ultimately this is, I mean, the end of your life, you know, what are you gonna want to do? Buy a Lamborghini? I'd rather make art. I don't know, like, it's just, and also in terms of like buying the Lamborghini, just craft your body into the Lamborghini, right? Or like a fun thing that I've been doing is just like, if I have a creative idea, I just visualize it in ChatGPT if there's something that I desire, and it's like, oh, I don't even need to buy this thing. Like if there's like a cool car concept, Tesla concept or something, you can just visualize it in the app, and then it's like, oh, I digitally own it now. Then you then there's like no more desire for the thing. It's a weird phenomenon. I swear it does feel that way though when I use it. Where it's like the only thing money really is good for is buying more meat. Yeah, and then you can become stronger. We need more muscle, more power, more strength. How to feel stronger, how to start your day off with more power. Yeah, come to a elevated surface with a view, look out towards your city, wherever you may be, and yeah, you feel like you're on top of the world. It's a great feeling. You got the fresh air, and yeah, I just love starting my day off this way, thinking about the simplest way to operate. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, simple, simple, simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Simplify, simplify, simplify. How to simplify? Subtract the superfluous.